As for his appeal, like, I don't think it should be granted. This dude should be locked up. He should have been locked up ages ago, and he should stay there right up until the moment that his trial is. That's my view.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of WAGME TV. On today's episode, we're covering the latest in the Sam Bankman fraud case. There is some interesting developments in terms of how the case is being handled. We have some rumors that there's some tampering with witnesses. It might involve Caroline Ellison, and there's just some interesting stuff going down. So we're going to give you guys the update there. Ev, do you want to give us a quick background?
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of drama in this one and a lot of drama over an ex-relationship, ex-couple. So let's see where this goes. SBF is awaiting his trial on October 3rd. That's going to happen in the Southern District of New York. And in the last few months, he has been given bail. So he's been able to walk around. You may have seen some pictures of him walking throughout the streets of Manhattan. But recently, he took parts of Caroline Ellison's private diary and shared them with the New York Times, which they then published. And so the judge ruled that this was a way of harassing her and intimidating her into basically saying the same story that he has. And so because of this, he was jailed. He is currently sitting in jail in Brooklyn and will be there until that October 3rd trial. In his statement, he said, how could it be that somebody was intimidated by their own words that they wrote? But you could see how maybe publishing some private thoughts by Caroline Ellison, his ex-girlfriend, could be a problem. And so I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in, is this tampering? Is this harassment? Are you on the side of SBF, Caroline Ellison, or neither?
I mean, yeah, I got a couple of thoughts on this. First of all, I mean, he totally just belongs in jail. This is where he should have been. He should have never, got out on bail in the first place. That's my, of course, heavily biased view here. The other thing is, like, how is this dude walking around the streets of New York without getting, like, jumped? Like, I would have just thought that somebody would come and just try to, like, fuck him up or something. Like, this dude's just walking around like normal. I don't understand it. As for his appeal, like, I don't think it should be granted. This dude should be locked up. He should have been locked up ages ago, and he should stay there right up until the moment that his trial is. That's my view.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement with that. I think it does give him an upper hand if they do grant him that, right? He's able to prepare for the trial outside of jail. At this point, I feel like the trial just needs to happen, right? I feel like it's just been dragged on for far too long for someone who's done some terrible things. I actually just saw earlier today, there was actually a new development in the case with FTX and SBF where the DOJ basically filed a motion to disqualify all of SBF's proposed expert witnesses, pretty much arguing that, the witnesses' disclosure filings are insufficient, their experience is misleading. Basically, the planned testimony is not relevant at all. So it's really starting to really fold all over SBF's entire, kind of plan here for this entire thing. So I don't really know how much of an impact this appeal in general will have anyways.
Yeah, definitely some good points. I mean, I think this is definitely witness tampering, in my opinion, 100%. I mean, he first of all, the way that this all, one of the big reasons this started was because Caroline went in and told her side of the story and started divulging everything. And then that's when, the whole house of cards started coming down actually for SBF in terms of actual charges being brought against him. And so now basically he's saying, hey, I'm going to release, this diary, and give this over to the authorities. It's definitely coercion, to some extent, because he already knows that her side of the story is not what he wants it to be, because that's what got him in trouble initially. And so, in my opinion, he's just playing dumb. And at this point, he probably can't believe that he's in the spot that he is. But to Salam's point, I mean, this has got to be a lifer in jail, but I don't think he's going to get life. But 20, 25 years, and he probably deserves to be in jail up until October too.
We can only hope.
I mean, it's just ridiculous the amount of photos we've seen of him just walking around Manhattan. You know, I thought he was in Palo Alto for a while at his parents' house who posted bail. Apparently he's in New York. You know, apparently he's talking to the New York Times, and I think there was rumors that at one point he was starting another exchange or another crypto project within the midst of this. So yeah, I think we need to close the page, close the book on the SBF chapter, and put him in jail for good.
Agreed. Let's get in front of this.
Yeah. Yep.
We're done here. Time to push the space forward, not backward.
Well, I think you can tell the sentiment of the group. I think that comes across pretty clearly. We always love to hear your comments. I'm sure there's still some people that potentially, believe in his innocence or that he's going to come back, but we always love to hear from our viewers and listeners. So, like, comment, subscribe if you found this interesting, and we'll keep you guys updated on everything to do with SBF and the latest news there. Until then, wag me.